Hello, I'm ZOiD. Welcome to another video on my channel where I talk about electronic music mainly. This is my new album. It's coming out next month. It's called Industrial Wind Quartet. Look at that. That has absolutely come out beautifully. There's only 10 copies of this album available. 10 in the world. Of course, it's also on streaming. You can listen to it there. But 7th of November, this is coming out. This has got a wind quartet, which is French horn, bassoon, clarinet, and flute, bass clarinet on some tunes, and it's got remixes by Eomac and Music, Mike Paradinas. Also a Dan Curtin remix, which is on the digital, and there's gonna be a remix EP follow-up next year with the Dan Curtin remix on vinyl, and a remix from ZOiD Complete, and one from the person who mastered this album, Alex Lennon. And I don't know what else. There's going to be a remix competition where the winner, if you get a remix in by the end of October, the winner will get their track on the record, the remix EP next year, and win a copy of the remix EP. Now, I was going to do a video about On with my Casio FZ1 that I just got, which is this yoke. But it got damaged in transit and it's not working. Boo! I got a refund. Now I have a broken FZ1 and I have to try and get it fixed. Well, that was a bit disappointing. So I'm making a video about what I'm up to, kind of life update video, which, you know, the channel is about to hit 1,000 subscribers, which is a bit of a milestone. It's at 990 as of now. And that feels good after a couple of years of posting regularly. I kind of, you know, I see other videos that people do where they make really good copies of tunes, whatever, Aphex tunes, or, you know, left field, or whatever it is. You know, there's channels that do it really well and they explain it and they're like, this is how you get those sounds. And it's not really what I want to do with this channel. I do a little bit of it, you know. I used to do more just play guitar and just say, oh, this is that chord, this is that chord. And then I did start to like make the sounds as a kind of, when I looked at a track. I do find that useful, but, you know, that's not really what I think everyone should be doing. It's kind of interesting, but what I prefer to do is to push forward into really how are we going to make our music sound like us and no one else, you know. And that's not to say that if you go and do a musical analysis, do a copy of another track, you know, that's not to say that you're going to make music that copies that artist. No, that's not the case. It depends on, you know, the best case scenario is that just hones your skills. It hones your, you know, it's a form of practice. Just like jazz musicians, when they transcribe solos, they spend ages doing it. They like learn a lot out of it. And then they don't go and play like, you know, if I transcribe a Wes Montgomery solo, I don't go and play exactly like Wes Montgomery. After, you know, a lot of effort goes in, I get my own sound. That's how they say Louis Stewart got his sound by, you know, he did a lot of transcribing of Wes Montgomery stuff and probably Pat Martino stuff. And then he went off and he sounded like him and no one else. And that is what the most important thing is to me, is you get your own thing, your own sound. And everybody has a different set of influences and tastes. So it all comes down to taste. You know, what's my taste? I love a broad range of stuff. I love Aphex doing, I love Square Pusher and music, and I love jazz, I love bebop, I love Burt Bacharach and songs and Dionne Warwick. And by loving all that stuff makes it very difficult for me to do anything cohesive. You know, it's why, I don't know why I chose this difficult. It's so difficult to put all the stuff that I like together. It's impossible. But I don't think I have a choice. I can't just go, no, I'm into techno now and I'm just going to concentrate on making techno. I can't. I can't do that. I would get bored out of my mind if I concentrate on techno for even a month. I just, I'm playing jazz gigs in Bristol. I'm DJing. I'm doing all this different stuff. And it's me. I love it. And then, I have to tell people about what I'm doing. I enjoy making videos, so I do on Instagram, on YouTube. I'm here telling people what I'm doing. And, it is confusing for people. I know, I hear things. It's not easy to get the sense of what I do. Am I a techno DJ, electronic music, jazz? It's really confusing for people, and there's not a huge amount of crossover. Like, how many people love going to hear a jazz standards gig and then go to techno after? A few people maybe, but mostly not. Last weekend I was at the Machina Bristronica festival, and that was brilliant fun. Really. Saturday night, Luke Slater headlined Planetary Soul Systems. He played an absolutely savage set for an hour. Other things, like on Sunday as well, Memotone was really good, with guitar and clarinet and electronics. And other people like Nadia Struiwigh, that's how you say it, was really good. With the, I don't know, maybe modular setup, but really good live electronics. And then Kaitlyn Aurealia Smith headlined Sunday. That was really good too. That was very diverse. She played a really wide range of stuff, and her singing is amazing. So in tune and harmonized with the, I don't know what she was using to harmonize her voice, but it was harmonizing live. So she was really good too. It wasn't like a dancey set. So, by Sunday night I was pretty tired. Because Saturday night as well, after Luke Slater at the festival, there was afterparty at Strange Brew, so I went to that. I saw the Delayed Ground, was amazing. Savage live set. And then after that, the Exaltics stayed for about half of that set. Again, it was brilliant stuff. Then I went to the island, and we went to another club after that, where Phase Fatale from Berghain, the Berghain residents, they were playing in the island of Bristol. It was like properly like Berghain in Bristol. It was like techno. We walked in there playing brilliant techno, and then they played Quoth, and I was like, whoopee! And it was just great. It was a brilliant set. They were dropping off classic Surgeon and just proper, just like pounding techno. It's great to hear in a sweaty dark room. And I'm envious in a way when I hear people who are just so in a single lane techno. They love techno, so they play techno. How nice it is to just have a simple life like that, to hone in on one thing. I'm not able to hone in on one thing. I want to create my own thing. And that festival really did inspire me to do something like what I'm aiming for towards next year, is to create a live set, which is dance music, it's techno, but I play guitar as well and trigger synths for my guitar and have it be like musical and chords and powerful emotions, but also just driving techno. And that's kind of forming in my mind as, I want to bring together what I've been working on. And it'll be slow and it'll take ages, because it is a long journey with this stuff. I'm still busy. I'm still, trying to play jazz gigs here and there. I mean, I am playing gigs. I've got a new weekly gig starting in October at Lonely Mouth in Bristol. It's a great place, Japanese listening bar. Thursday nights 9 to 11 from 9th of October. Come down. Different duos with different musicians. So I'm doing that stuff. I'm like doing my courses, mentoring people. We've got a great group of 6 at the moment. They're doing great music. I played one of my mentees' tracks in my DJ set, Aru. It was great. So we're like, I'm doing a lot of different stuff, and I'm loving it all. It's great making electronic music. I'm still making tracks from techno to IDM stuff, housey stuff too. I have a release coming out next year on a really great label. And also, it's coming together slowly, all this disparate stuff I've been doing my whole life since I started playing guitar when I was 12. Just, just all these different areas that I love and I'm interested in, and just gather them together, focus them together, make this album next year, and it's going to be me. No one else, no one will have heard anything like it. That is my kind of aim now, focusing in, laser beam in on this live set album 2026. Make a video, get booked to play at festivals and clubs, and bring it together, bring it home. Come on, this is it. And if you are interested in what I'm doing, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm very grateful. If you just watch the videos, whatever, leave a comment, it's great. And you can work with me. I'm opening up another mentorship program. Is going to open up in a few weeks' time. So if you're interested in working with me weekly, and what I'll do is I'll help you if you're earlier on in your journey of getting your own sound, your own thing together. I will, I'll help you through that process over 10 months. I make it 10 months because I want people to, I like working with people longer term, not just 3, a lot of times people just 2 or 3 sessions and then they go off do something else. I want people committed, dedicated. They'll put in a bit of, good bit of time, most of a year, to get some really good results. That's what I like to do. So, I'm having great results with the people I'm working with. I'm confident in it because I've done it a long time. I've taught a lot of people. I've run a whole school for 10 years. I've done that stuff. So, I know what I'm doing there. And when it comes to making music, I've done all this stuff. My 7th album is coming out, this Industrial Wind Quartet, next month. Whew. It is getting much more me. Like, the sound is unique to me. That's great. But now I'm going to bring the guitar back into it because I'm playing so much guitar. My guitar playing is like better than it's ever been. I've played guitar since I was 12, over 30 years. So, that's enough video of me ranting on about me. My favorite subject, me. Everyone's favorite subject is everyone. Well, not everyone, but, if you're a musician and a creative person, if you don't love your own stuff, there's a problem right there. You gotta be your own biggest fan, I believe. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Drop comment, whatever. Don't. Do what you want. All right. See you in the next video.